This video is to help you wrap up your Climate Action Now project. So you're going to need to have 5 different documents open. And these are ones that we've worked on over the last month. I know it seems like a year now. So you're going to need your Climate Action Now page 1. Looks like this. You're going to need your Climate Action Week 2, which is the Food and Agriculture page. You're going to need your Climate Action 3, which is around zero waste, which we did last week. And you're going to need your Climate Action Week 1, and then 4, which is this week. Okay, on conserving energy, and down below, emergency preparedness. So let's first just talk about week 4, because that's what you're doing now, as well as kind of the final, kind of pulling it all together. So just like before, you have your resources for energy, you have your resources for emergency preparedness. You read over what you want to do. And once again, the points and the pounds really reflect how much of a difference it makes. So having a family change from to an all renewable plan is significant. Like, this is probably one of the biggest things besides changing your diet that can be done. So what does this mean? And once again, you can look at the energy resources to learn more about this. So what can happen is whenever you turn lights on, the electricity has to come from some energy source. A lot of times it's from burning gas, and that's converted into electricity. There are other ways of generating electricity, as we know, such as solar and wind. And so what you can do is you can ask PG&E, that's usually your energy provider in this area, and say, we would like a more green option. And for a little bit more money, you can get a green option, and that actually makes a really big difference in terms of climate change. Now, there's also another company, the Marine Clean Energy, that you can also go through, and they have a light green energy and a deep green. Deep green is 100% renewable. Light green is kind of partial, I think. So by advocating for this, or by doing this, it is a huge difference. And then also, if you ask relatives or family friends to do it, you can also get advocacy points for that. So let's say, for example, this student decided to talk to their parents about it because they realized how impactful this change is. And then they decided to talk with their aunt who lives in one place and their uncle who lives in another place. So they got 2 points. So like, this is the way, like if you were trying to rack up points or pounds, this would be the way to go and make a really significant difference. My brother's completely committed to this. He tries to get everybody he knows to get on wind and solar because he knows what an impact that has. Now, you can also see that changing out regular, like the curly Q light bulbs, the CFLs, to LED lights is huge. So maybe this family already does that. You can encourage your family to get a clothesline. And then, so let's say, for example, this is what the student did. So you know the process. And so what you're going to do is, just like before, you're going to go down to the bottom of what are you planning to do, and you scroll down and you add up your pounds and your points. And you do the same thing for what you did before, and then also what you're planning to do. So like 2,163 pounds times 3. And then I've got another 540 pounds. Ooh, for a grand total of 7,029 pounds. Woo! Green rock star here. And then you look at your points, 10 points. Okay. And then you're going to go down and do the same thing down for emergency preparedness. So this is an emergency preparedness plan that we use in 7th grade. So highly recommend you check it out now, because you never know when an earthquake or anything is going to happen. Hopefully not right now. That would be just a disaster on top of disaster. But this is a way to get ahead of your homework in 7th grade, should you so choose to, as a minimum. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take all 4 weeks. So right now I would hit the pause button on this video, and I'd make sure that you have all 4 of those weeks open, and you also have the first page, this one, ready to go. So pause the video, open up all those weeks, make sure they're all ready, and then we're going to get started again. Hope you did it. Okay, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of the weeks, and I'm going to add the points. So I'm going to add the pounds first. So I'm like, okay, here I just need to be looking at the subtotal. So I have 0 here, Then I have 0 here. Sorry, that's my total. So let's say I went through the weeks and I looked at week 3 and 2 and all this stuff. So here I had 0 pounds from here, but maybe on week 1 and 2 combined, I had a total of week 1 and 2 combined, and I mean all of them combined. I don't have any from weeks 3 and 4. I had 660 pounds. That's how much my family had done before this project. And then I go through all the weeks, week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, and I add up all these points. So like 120 points here. I've got 40 points here. I'm going to go to week 3 and week 2, and I'm going to go add all those points up. And let's say I had 445 points of things that my family had done or I had done beforehand. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to go to the next column. What do I plan to do? And I'm going to go to week 1 and I'm going to look at how many pounds I did. Week 2, how many pounds? Week 3, how many pounds? Week 4, how many pounds? So I would do that right now, add them all up, pause the video, put them on in. So let's say, for example, I had a total of 9,992 pounds. Okay. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to go back to week 1 and I'm going to say how many points do I plan on doing? How many points do I plan on doing week 2, week 3, week 4? So I can see like here's 10 points. So adding that in, oh, there's none down here. And maybe I had a total of, 340 points. So you're going to take this information that you have from all 4 weeks and you have to go back and you need to put it on that very first page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of highlight these 2 right here just so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So this information here is going to go on that very first page. So I'm first going to deal with what am I doing before. And I'm going to copy that and I'm going to go here before. This is what I did. And then I'm going to go back to that week 4 piece and I'm going to go look down below. And right there, I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to put down and I'm just going to put it in this one box. So we're just going to put it there. So what do I plan on doing? Now, last year, when we had more time in class to do this and whatever, we also figured out how much of a difference did it make percentage-wise. I don't even know where you are in your math class, so I'm going to kind of hold off on this. But for people that want to do it, you kind of have to, I'll just explain it real briefly, which is when you did the carbon footprint quiz way back, a month ago, it gives it to you in tons, but all of these things are in pounds. So if you've talked about in math class about unit conversions from like pound, like feet to inches, it's kind of the same thing. We're going to go from tons to pounds, and you basically take that number and multiply it by 2,000. This is with the average person, their carbon footprint. And I can see this person made a difference of about 9,000 pounds. So you can see, what percentage that is. Okay, approximately about 10. So once again, you're not going to have to do that piece, but what you do need to do, okay, so pay attention, on week 4, so look down here, and you're going to scroll down here, and we're not going to discuss this on Friday. Well, we might, okay. But you are going to put your signature here saying that I'm willing to commit to the things that I highlighted above. It can be an electronic signature, or if you have a printer, you can print it out. So there's 2 ways you can submit this. One is you print it out, you sign it, your parents sign it, you take a photo and you upload it to Canvas. So that's one way. Print it out, get you and your parents to sign it, upload it to Canvas. Or the other way is you talk with your parents about it and they email me just saying, we have talked about the Climate Action Plan now, parts 1 through 4, and we've got it. So either on Canvas or an email from your parents. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you've learned some things and hope you've kind of been realizing the things that you actually have some control and power over. to make a difference. And I hope you are successful in implementing the things that you've decided to do. And yeah, hope that's all good for you. Okay, take care. Bye.